Hey, what's up? I'm HypeHype. I play games, make games, and everything in between. And today I'm in Mexico City, a place with amazing food, people, museums, and a population of about 20 million. I did get food poisoning last week, but my roommate got COVID, so I think I'm doing great. HypeHype Global Game Jam is happening this weekend, so I'm going to give some advice and recommendations from my past experience having done multiple game jams to hopefully help you define your goals and submit your game before the deadline. Everyone in time will develop their own process, so I hope you take these suggestions more as guidelines and alter them to fit your needs. If you like this kind of content, please hit that like, subscribe, and bell icon as it helps the YouTube algorithm know you enjoy this type of content. It's amazing how much clicking that little button helps. This is a global game jam for HypeHype. HypeHype is a dope app that has thousands of games made by creators like you and me, and they make it super easy to create and remix games all on your phone. So if you didn't know, now you know. Also, I have multiple videos that go more in depth into HypeHype Editor and games, so check out that playlist down below. I've been using HypeHype about 6 months now, and I still consider myself a beginner. Even before that, I've done dozens of game jams, so here are some tips that I use. The first step, and probably the most important, is to play games in HypeHype, like lots and lots of games. Be sure to hit that heart and star games for the games you like, and mechanics that you see or color scheme that you might want to use in your own game. Hit that heart button so you can find that game later and use it as a reference. One of the great things about HypeHype is that it has this remix feature that allows you to easily copy and duplicate anything someone else has already created. No longer do you have to start a new game idea from scratch. Instead, you can start where someone else has left off, or you pick and choose certain game mechanics from dozens of games. It's as easy as hitting the remix button or hitting copy and pasting them into your game. From there, you can create something different or similar with your own spin on it. Sounds too good to be true? Well, it's not. It may take time to figure out the ins and outs, but at the same time, you are learning to become a better developer. This leads to my second step. Keep it simple. There's lots of cool and amazing games in HypeHype. Some simple and some more advanced. Me personally, I enjoy the simple games, and they're usually more straightforward in how all the mechanics are set up. I still find myself challenged when trying to learn more on the advanced games, but I'm still a beginner, and it's important to take many small steps instead of one big step where I might trip and fall. Don't worry about what amazing advanced features other people might be doing, as they probably have more experience. Focus on making simple, fun games. And the third step is manage your time. This game jam is 48 hours, which isn't a lot of time, so it's important to keep track of your time and how you spend it. Whether you've done game jams before or this is your first time, at the end, there's never enough time. That's why I like to focus my time into two categories: core mechanics and polishing. Core mechanics. Core mechanics is setting up your standard gameplay. I'm a big fan of hyper-casual games, and all these games are simple and consist of you playing or doing something over and over again to get a high score. This can be anything from trying to stay alive or getting a ball to move and bounce properly, and even dodging enemies. Since I don't know what kind of game I'll be making, this can be easy or a struggle to get things working properly. I'm new and I still have issues getting simple objects to spawn or move back and forth, and I've been practicing on these mechanics before this game jam. Generally, I'm trying to push myself and try new things, so getting the core mechanic to work properly and making sure all the components and nodes work as I want takes time. Once you get the core mechanic down in your game, you've basically finished. Then come polishing. Polishing is where you take the extra time to make everything look pretty and add elements to give your game an overall feel while someone is playing your game. This can be playing with the colors to make things pop, or balance settings of a character so that the physics doesn't look out of whack. Basically, lots of tweaks and minor changes to multiple areas that can help your overall feel of your game. This is also where you can make a cool thumbnail, set up a leaderboard, and other important aspects of game developing. I tend to think of polishing as a lot easier to do than setting up the core mechanic of the game, but it's just as important, if not more. Another big bonus to polishing your game is you may notice small things that you've missed or can add to help the overall gameplay. HypeHype makes it easy to make games, but if you're doing something you've never done before, expect to be challenged, and this is the reason I usually spend the first 50% of my time setting up the core mechanics and the last 50% polishing, as when the deadline comes, you want to be ready. Nothing is more unsatisfying than submitting a game you feel isn't complete. Allow yourself plenty of time to polish. The last tip is playtest. This should be applied throughout the entire process of developing your game. You want to playtest your game over and over again. Feel it out. Is it fun? Why is it fun? And try to follow that fun. Whether you're working on the core mechanic or polishing, if you're not having fun with your game, it's likely others won't as well. There's no science to this, only your instinct. Trust it. You know what you like in a game and you know what you don't. Some of the funnest games out there are simple and keep you coming back for more even after you've won or lost. Playtesting allows you to follow the fun and will get you through any challenges you may come across, and there will be challenges. You may have to make changes you weren't anticipating, but if you follow the fun in your game, you're on the right track. And those are the tips that I'll be applying this weekend, keeping it simple and following the fun. So take what is helpful and use it. I can't wait to see what everyone makes. If you have any other suggestions that you think are useful, please leave them in the comments below. I'm sure people would love to read them. Until next time, Hypesters, I'm Hypesy. Stay safe out there and peace.